If you're a gun voter living in Grayson, Lilburn, Snellville, or Lawrenceville, I want to talk to you about the race for Senate District 9. Hey everyone, Alex Dorr here from Georgia Gun Owners, and I have an update on your Senate race that you're going to want to hear. I have some startling facts for you, as well as some good news between these two candidates. But before I talk to you about Nikki Merritt and Michael Gargiulo, let me tell you what's happening. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have pushed the gun control issue so far and so hard, it's having what we call down ballot effects. It is causing the rest of the Democratic Party to have to come over further to meet her on common ground, to meet the campaign and the DNC on common ground. So traditionally in swing districts like Senate District 9, the more rural area edges of the suburban Atlanta area, you would find Democrats who would run and they just run as social Democrats, and they'd leave the issues like gun rights alone. They'd stay away from it, they'd stay off of it. But now, thanks to Kamala Harris and the DNC, we're finding that even Democrats like Nikki Merritt are being forced to act and work against the Second Amendment. And so we need to tell you exactly what she's done and tell you about Michael Gargiulo, who's running against her. So again, you can make an informed decision and understand what's at stake. Let's actually talk about Michael Gargiulo first. Michael completed the Georgia Gun Owners Candidate Survey Questionnaire, a lot of words, sorry, but he completed it 100% pro-gun. That means when we sat down as the board and thought of the 10 most difficult pro-gun questions that we possibly could ask any candidate, Michael answered all 10 of them 100% pro-gun. He's put it in writing. It's available on our website. You can see his answers for yourself. I'm going to touch on just a couple of the highlights for you. First off, Michael wants to he wants to sponsor the Second Amendment Preservation Act. He wants to be the primary bill sponsor to bring this bill into the Senate and fight for our rights. If you're not familiar with what SAPA is, it's the Second Amendment Preservation Act. This bill would tell Georgia sheriffs and chiefs of police and state troopers that they're only allowed to enforce Georgia law when it comes to our Second Amendment rights. Georgia is a Republican-controlled state, and Georgia Gun Owners has staved off gun control measures that rhinos and Democrats have tried to pass, so we enjoy some pretty nice freedoms when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, if federal gun control passes or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris signs executive orders for gun control, we want to tell our sheriffs and chiefs of police that they can only enforce Georgia law, not the federal law. Let the feds handle that. That's what SAPA is. Michael wants to make that law, and he has promised to be the bulldog in the Senate for us. He also wants to defend and enhance Georgia's Stand Your Ground law. Radical Democrats, aided by some rhinos in the House, have talked about and even entered bills to repeal Georgia's Stand Your Ground law. No, not while Michael's in the Senate, he says. He will fight against and vote no on any bills to repeal Stand Your Ground law, and in fact, he'd like to help enhance it, adding some extra language to give more of the deference to the defense rather than to the district attorneys. That is incredible. He would also like to join other Republican-controlled states like Wyoming and ban red flag laws. Again, you have rhinos and radical Democrats trying to pass red flag laws in Georgia. The state of Wyoming, they went the other direction, and they outright banned them by law. No city, no entity, no county can enact a red flag law in Wyoming. Michael wants to do the same. He wants to ban them and send a clear message to the Democrats that we are not open to passing red flag laws. Another one would be repeal gun-free zones. We all know that madmen and criminals, when they want to hurt people, innocent people, they go to the path of least resistance. That would be where no one is armed and can stop them, gun-free zones. Michael says, why would we make ourselves the victims like that? If we can legally be there, we should be legally allowed to defend ourselves there. Michael says he would fight to repeal Georgia's deadly gun-free zones. So those are just a couple of the samples of Michael and his view of the Second Amendment. Let's talk about Nikki Merritt. Nikki was elected just a couple of years ago. She endorses the entire Kamala Harris-Tim Walz campaign of gun control agenda, which means that she also wants to pass a gun owner registry. She wants to track, trace, and register every gun owner and every gun in the state of Georgia. Why would you want to do that? Well, you can't seize what you don't know where it is or who has it. She also wants to repeal constitutional carry. This has been the dream of the Democrat Party for years now since we passed it. They want to take away our right to carry firearms without needing government permission. No, she wants you to have to jump through the hoops so you could hopefully be denied in certain cases. Unconstitutional, absolutely. She has also posed, and this is disgusting, she's posed in front of the Appalachia High School where she has screamed and shouted demanding that we pass mandated gun lockups. This is, again, the Democrats' dream of forcing gun owners to lock up their guns 24/7. So in the scenario of when you're at home and your children in bed upstairs and someone breaks into your back door, when you have 3 seconds to react, under Nikki Merritt's law, you would have to go and to your safe, remember your code, enter it correctly, pray you don't fumble it, pray the battery's not dead, or if it's a spin the dial, open your safe, get your gun out, and defend your family. Nikki would be creating more victims. She would not be saving any more lives. But I think the posturing in front of the school just sends another clear, resounding message. We all know about the Appalachia High shooting, and we all know that it would not have been prevented by such a preposterous law. Evil people do evil things. Stupid people do stupid things. You cannot mandate and legislate morality. And that's the issue. That's the heart of the issue with Democrats. We could go on about the other bills that Kamala Harris wants. Red flag laws, repealing stand your ground law, so on and so forth. But Nikki Haley, at the end of the day, wants to destroy the Second Amendment. She wants to turn Georgia into New York. She wants to turn Georgia into Illinois. She wants to turn Georgia into Washington and California with the litany of gun control and the crime that follows. Michael Gargiulo does not. He wants to defend the Second Amendment. He wants to pass pro-gun legislation, and he'd fight tooth and nail to defend the repealing of any of our pro-gun bills. So guys, I hope you understand now what's at stake, what's on the ballot. Defend the Second Amendment or destroy the Second Amendment. Send a message to the Democrats that Georgia is still a Republican state, or give in, and let them go on and strip this state of the freedoms that we've all enjoyed. Take this video, like it, share it, send it to your friends and family that live in Senate District 9, get the word out, and then make a plan to vote. We'll break down more races here shortly. Thank you very much.